introduction on module 3. The title is Framing Design in bracket lintels, beams, columns based on Australian standards and codes. Now, in module 1, you've learned about construction knowledge and how things are built in Australia and who will be involved in a residential project, what are their responsibilities, how things work, what are the common materials, what are the common commercial products. And as a structural engineer, you need to know to specify the common timber grades or the steel sizes. So you will have that general idea in module 1. In module 2, you learned about how to design rafters and ridge beams, roof systems based on Australian standards and codes. You got to see the structural elements in the roof both in module 1 and module 2, and you got to design a timber element all the way step by step with me, and then compare the results with the design from Structural Toolkit. So in module 2, you've learned how to design and draft structural elements in the roof. In module 3, you will learn how to design the framing elements. Now, you will be designing framing elements for 2 projects. Throughout the course, in module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, you will be working on 2 projects, step by step with me. So, in each module, we'll work on the relevant part of that project. So if you purchase the whole course, you'll be designing 2 projects from the start to the end, step by step with me. Okay? So, module 3 is about framing design. Now, same as module 2, I put some steps here, so that's the designing path, and I will run you through this step and a brief on AS 1720 designing formulas and requirements, which are thoroughly explained in module 2. So before passing module 3, you need to make sure that you know the code requirements. If you're not sure about that, I strongly recommend you passing module 2 and 3 together. That's if you're planning to purchase separate modules. But if you're purchasing the whole course, then you don't need to worry about it, because obviously you've got access to all the modules. So that's the first round. The second round is designing and drafting lintels using Australian software packages and standards in a real-life project, which is the first project of your portfolio. So we go through the steps, the path together, and at the same time we work on project 1. So we do the designing and drafting for project 1. That's the second round. And then we have the third round. The third round, we'll do again the designing and drafting of the structural elements, framing elements, so beams, lintels, and columns in project 2, which is the second project of your portfolio. 3 times repeating these designing steps, so there won't be any questions. You will be a master at designing framing elements, which makes you confident in interviews. You can just run the interviewer through the designing steps and how you design things and things that you need to consider in your design. So the confidence is there because the information is all in here. Okay, same as module 1 and module 2. I do believe in using photos and videos in order to strengthen all the material that I will be passing on to you. So part of this course, you will have on-site videos and on-site photos for each module. You need to be able to see the elements, to visualize them, to be able to see the challenges that your builder is going to come across, your architect is going to come across because of your design. So if you don't consider some certain points, then you will make it hard on other parties involved. So you need to consider all the points that I will cover on in the on-site videos and photos in your design to make sure your design is practical, buildable, as well as making sure your design complies with Australian standards and codes. So don't worry, I will take you out there and you get to visualize things with me in the videos and photos. So as you can see, using on-site photos, showing different types of lintels and how things work and why do you need a steel lintel here and here just a timber lintel and how to support the lintels and so on. So lots and lots and lots of real life photos and videos. Now, throughout this module, I'll be using AutoCAD to do the drafting and also to read the architectural drawings, SpaceGASS, standards and codes, Structural Toolkit, PDF and Excel sheets that I put together to make it easier for you. So these Excel sheets are basically the steps that you will be following, and then after you do each step, it's like tick, 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 and then you can go to the next step. So it's like you can't really miss one piece of information because everything is in here and you don't get to go to the next step before you finish this Excel sheet. Now let's just briefly go through the software packages. So as I said, AutoCAD, we'll be using this for architectural drawings and structural drawings. SpaceGASS, I'll be using it for analysis. Standards and codes, obviously everything we design has to comply with the standards and codes. Structural Toolkit is the software package that I will be using. You've got different sections. I explain all these software packages a bit more in detail in module 2 introduction, so you can just watch the introduction for module 2, but just a quick brief. Structural Toolkit has all the clauses in the codes in the software, and it's all exposed, so you can see the result of this formula and the result of the next formula and which clauses should you be considering in your design. Which module 2 is the module that I cover all the important clauses in framing design. I design a structural element manually and I compare the result of my manual computations with with the design from Structural Toolkit. So once again, module 3, if you're just planning to purchase module 3 and you're not confident in using the clauses, I strongly recommend you purchasing module 2 and 3 together, because all the basics in the codes and in the software will be explained in module 2. And if you're purchasing the whole course, then you don't need to worry about it. We have the PDF, obviously, to read the architectural drawings or the codes, and the Excel sheets that I put together to make the designing process and steps easy for you guys. And you will be able to download these Excel sheets as well. Now, you might ask yourself, for all these software packages and codes, how can I get access to these packages? Well, easy. You can just book your time to practice with the software packages and the codes. All you need to do is just book your time. It doesn't matter if it's in the morning or it's late at night, or you work in the afternoons or at night. It's really up to you what time works for you, and you book your time and you get to have access to the software packages and the codes and practice with them. After each video, I will be summarizing all the things that you've learned in that video to make sure everything is categorized. So that's one point, and the other point is, on top of summarizing the video, if the material that I passed on to you is has the potential to have a flow chart for it, to make sure everything is categorized and you follow the steps, and to make the designing obviously easy for you, then you will have flow charts as well. So when it comes to designing the projects and working on other projects, you can just easily refer to these flow charts and use them in your future projects. Easy. After each submodule, to make sure, so far, so many times I have mentioned to make sure, because I really want you to learn the material, to be master at this course. And I have implemented lots of techniques and lots of different options, such as summarizing the videos, flow charts, quizzes. So everything is there. I implemented all the helpful tools and techniques to make sure that you will be a master at designing residential projects based on Australian standards. So after each submodule, you will get to pass some quizzes, to do some quizzes to practice what you've learned. And if you haven't done the quiz right, then you can go back, watch the video, and make sure you've learned the material in that video and that submodule. And on top of that, we have Lempedia course discussion groups. So you're not just on your own. It's not like you're sitting in your room and just passing the course on your own. That's not the case. You will have access to our group, our discussion group, and you will get to ask your questions, and if you have any ideas, or you can contribute, or you can answer someone else's questions, or if you need support, or if you think you need some more clarification on something, then you can just ask the question, and I'll be part of the group as well, and you can just share the ideas with others, and others sharing the answers and support with you, so you're not just on your own. You get to be in touch with other students doing the course at the same time. After each module, you get to pass a final test. And once you pass that final test, you will get a digital badge and a certificate. The good thing about digital badge is that recruiters or your potential boss, they can have a look at your LinkedIn account and they can see the digital badge, and when they click on it, they can see a list of things that you've learned in that course. For instance, in module 3 or throughout the whole course if you purchase the whole course. So this digital badge and the certificate will be given to you once you pass the final test. If you purchase the whole course as well as the internship, apart from the 2 projects that we work on together throughout the course, there will be other projects that I will assign to you throughout the internship. So you have not only 2 projects on your portfolio that you designed throughout the course, but you will have other projects that you have designed throughout the internship. So every time you work on one part of the project, once you're done, then you get to play the video. That video is showing me designing that part of the project, and then you can compare your results and you can see which parts you've done wrong and what was the right way of doing it, which is the way that I will be explaining the design in the video. So once again, internship projects will be assigned to you, and then once you do the parts for the projects, you will get to have access to a video. In that video, I explain how to design that part, and I actually do design that part and do the drafting, and you can get to see how I do it, the way I do it, and things that I consider, and then you can just double check your design. So more and more projects will be added to your portfolio, and you will be an expert in designing residential dwellings based on Australian standards and codes. It doesn't matter you're from which part of this world, will have a platform, and you guys doing the internship will be connected together. You can ask questions, you can answer someone else's question, and you can basically be in touch with other students doing the course at the same time with you. And if you do the whole course, you will receive a digital badge, a separate digital badge for the whole course. So once again, if you just do module 3, there will be a digital badge just for module 3. But if you do the whole course, there will be a digital badge just for the whole course. So it's not like you're going to get one badge for module 1, one for module 2, one for module 3 if you purchase them all together, which is easier. When you purchase the whole course, you get a badge for the whole course, and when the potential boss or the recruiter clicks on the badge, they can see that, yep, you passed module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you've got these projects in your portfolio, you passed the internship, and so on. So if you purchase the whole course, you will get a digital badge for the whole course. If you purchase just this module, you will get a digital badge just for this module if you pass the final test for both options. So digital badge comes if you pass the final test. Now, considering all these, you will have 2 projects. You will have projects in your internship, part of your portfolio. You've learned practical information, and you know the technical information, and you've been on site with me, watching the videos with me, and seeing all the on-site photos, and I explaining all the challenges and passing on my experience and all the difficulties that I came across and other engineers come across. So you don't need to learn it the hard way. It's just there, passing on all the information to you. The whole package is complete. So when you apply for a job, of course, Learn Video students are going to be the winners. So I can't wait to see you in Module 3, and I can't wait to see you throughout the whole course.